everyone, I know you were dying to get another vlog from me, and so here it is. No need to wait any longer. I'm hoping you can hear me okay. I've got the dishwasher serving me in the background, a kid on drums in their rooms, that was wise, two kids playing schools, genius move on my part, two kids on Fortnite, and I've seem to have misplaced one, but I presume that they are just quietly reading in their room, because that's what happens when children are quietly left on their own. Anyway, I've been thinking about Moses, and I have been thinking about his parenting and how we are like that. Me and Moses, we are kindred. I've been thinking about Moses. I wrote a blog this week about how during this lockdown I don't feel like I've got loads of me time, and that usually can equate to me not getting loads of God time, and so I feel like I've been in a bit of a wilderness moment. Loving having time with the kids, and know it's a real privilege, and loving having meals together and just being able to speak into stuff and not be late to school, but also do feel like there's been a bit of a wilderness moment, but really encouraged by the fact that manna was provided every day by God in the wilderness. And so I've been just sticking close by with my good mate Moses, and he was a father of the people and I'm a mother of the people, and so I thought I would just look at a few ways that me and Moses are kindred. Yes. To start with, and I hope I'm not the only one on this, but chapter 15 of Exodus, he just bursts out into song. So I'm hoping that I'm not the only mum that just sings to her kids, or sings at her kids, or sings to herself like I'm in a musical. Yes. Also, with the whole providing of manna, what do the people say when they get the manna? What is it? That's what manna means. It means what is it? And the amount of times I've provided a meal for my children and they've said, what is it? Especially if I'm making a Bible-based meal and they're meant to know which Bible story I'm talking about, and then I have to explain it because it's not obvious from what I've made, which is rude. So yes, manna, what is it? Moses, I hear you. And the manna, you're meant to collect it, the right amount, and you're not meant to leave it in your room, because if you leave it in your room, it stinks and it goes off and maggots appear. I hear you, Moses. I hear you. Also, the thing about the people that Moses was leading from Egypt to the promised land, they didn't want water, they wanted juice. Water was like, what is this? Wanted juice. Exactly the same. Exactly, but yeah, anyway. And the journey itself from Egypt to the promised land was meant to take how long? 11 days it was meant to take. How long did it take? 40 years. I hear you, Moses. I hear you. Do you know how long it takes to get kids out of the house and anywhere on any journey? I understand your plight and I know what you're talking about 100%. Anyway, good old Moses. The other way I can relate to him is that he got weary of doing the right thing and he needed to sit down. I hear you. I'm standing up all day long and I do need to sit down. But he also had people to hold up his arms. So my little spiritual point for today is that as a mum, we do need other people that are holding up our arms whilst we're parenting, whilst we're doing lockdown. If you haven't reached out to another mum, can I encourage you to? And if you haven't said to another mum, help me and hold up my arms in prayer, then please do that, because I think it is really, really needed. Moses spent most of his time saying to the people, if you listen to me, it will do you good. Exactly the same. If you listen to your mum, it will go good for you in the short term, but also in the long term. Literally in the Bible, if you listen to your parents, it goes well for you. Moses also had to judge every single little discrepancy. You know, when the kids come and say, he did this and he did that and he breathed on me and he looked at me. Do you know what my kids sometimes tell on each other? Because in her head, she was singing a song that I don't like. So I understand Moses and the fact that he had to sit and listen to every discrepancy, and he had to judge in that 2-minute moment who was in the right, who was in the wrong, anyway. Moses, he had a whole load of rules that he thought would help the family. Don't lie. Don't take each other's stuff. Don't think each other's stuff is better than yours. Don't hate each other. Honour your mother and father. Yes, Moses, I hear you. These are wonderful rules to live by. Moses tried to get some time on his own. What happens? Thunder and a mountain trembling. If I leave them on their own, literally I don't know if the house is going to stand. That one that I don't know where is right now, the quieter they are sometimes is the more dangerous. When I can hear them, at least I know which room is being demolished at any good time. What else? Moses told the people that if you've done wrong, you need to make it right. Again, another philosophy that me and Moses are like that on. What else? Oh, Moses, when he's trying to work, he leaves people, and he leaves one of the ones that he thinks he can leave in charge. And what do? They go and build a golden calf. If you leave them unsupervised for any amount of time, they do all kinds of stupid things. Moses, again, I hear you. And in challenging the one that he left alone to deal with the thing, who should have known better, doesn't take responsibility, just blames everyone else. And you think you're the oldest one, I left you with the responsibility, I would have thought that you would have known better. Anyway, one of the things that Moses does much better than me is that he intercedes for the people, and he steps in and says, God, please show mercy on these people, and he seeks forgiveness for God for them. And I just think that's quite a challenge, that I want to be more of a mum who intercedes for my kids, more of a mum who prays for my kids when I know that they're screwing up or when I can see them making stupid decisions, and I want to be the one that steps in and says, God, please show your mercy on them. And I want to be that mum that keeps saying, hey, listen to me, listen to my wisdom. And so that is a little challenge that I feel like Moses was nailing a little bit better than me. The other thing about Moses is that he found favour in God's sight. Yay, so do I, so do you. Every mum, every dad, every person. But I mainly talk to mums, but some of you aren't mums, and I still talk to you. I'll talk to anyone. I spoke to the delivery man quite a long time the other day, and the bin man. Anyway, I digress. Talking to people, I went off on I see what I did there. Moses asks God for wisdom, and Moses finds wisdom in God. Yes, that was clear. Moses seeks wisdom, and he goes to the right place to find it. And he finds favour in God's sight. And because of what Jesus has done, I can find favour in God's sight. And I love that. That's just so reassuring. And God says to Moses, I will reveal myself to you. I will hide you away, and I will cover you, and I will reveal myself to you. And I think that's just an encouragement for us mums to grab any moments that we can and just say, God, please reveal yourself to me. Please cover me in a crook of a cave, and let me see you. Let me hear you. And I know that God says that I will give you my presence, and I will give you my rest. And so I feel encouraged to ask God, as I'm sure Moses did, I need your presence and I need your rest. Please, can you help me? So those are my little moments where I just think me and Moses are just spot on. I quite like the bit after the golden calf where Moses grinds up the golden calf and then makes everyone drink it. I haven't quite done that in my parenting yet, but hey, we're all locked down together for a while, so it could happen. Anyway, these are my thoughts on Moses, and let me know what you think, and do the whole like and subscribe thing. Yeah, bye.